Hey Peaches, so today I am rhinestoning a jean jacket for one of my clients today in real time. She wants the rhinestone spaced out, so I'm going to show you how I did this. So if you ever want to rhinestone, I recommend getting a rhinestone picker. They are on Amazon for about $8. They have a wax tip which you lightly place on the rhinestones and you can pick them up. And then it has a little stick at the end which helps you clear out any glue or to move the rhinestones without using your whole finger, because sometimes the rhinestones are super small. Now, I am not speeding up this process because I've seen in other people's videos that people want to see rhinestoning in real time. Now, I know I did not record this, but under the jean jacket, I placed a stack of papers that will give me stability, and I am using E6000 glue. You could find this at Walmart or on Amazon. I think from my research, I've noticed this is the strongest glue to apply. I know in time after washes it may fall out, but this one is the most resistant. So this particular client wanted the rhinestones a little spaced out. She wanted silver and a white reflective color. So I went over the designs with her and asked her several times, is this what you want or should I do something else? And as I went on, I showed her pictures and videos because transparency is key, especially when you're doing a work for someone on somebody else's clothes. That's something they're gonna wear. It's something that they should be happy and proud of wearing, and you should be proud of your own work as well. So transparency is always key with a person. Even if the glue is not reacting well with the materials, it's important to tell the client with time. Now, she did not want too big of a rhinestone, so especially the bigger ones, I just placed a few to make a statement. Now you will see that I am cleaning up with the stick the residue of the glue. In my opinion, I'd rather put more glue than less, and so this way I make sure that the residue of the glue does not bubble over. There's not really any room for errors here. You do not have other rhinestones next to the rhinestone that you're placing. So doing this kind of rhinestoning is a little bit more tedious. I know, right? I thought this would be so much more easier, but no. There isn't other rhinestones to cover up any mess ups. So making sure that you place enough glue, you take off the residue that's there before it dries up is very important. Now, something that rhinestone artists may not tell you unless you get into one of their classes is that the glue might fog the rhinestone up. The whole point of a rhinestone is for it to shine. And if you put too much glue, there will be a chance that the rhinestone may fog up. Now, it's very time consuming because sometimes you have to go back, take out the rhinestone's messed up, you have to get a new one, but you do not want to mess up the look of the item, especially if there's not a lot of rhinestones. Any mistakes will be very noticeable. So when you notice this, it's better to take out the rhinestone and place a new one in. Sometimes you will have to re-glue it, and also check how much glue you're putting, because yes, even though I do put more glue than less, don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, the glue will go all over the place and might even fog up the rhinestone as well. Something to keep in mind is when you are mirroring rhinestoning, for example, I'm copying what one design on one shoulder is to the other. It probably won't come out perfectly, but having a picture or going back to the design next to it will help you have a decent amount of closeness in the design so it doesn't look weird or ridiculous or just out of place. Because if they are both different, extremely different, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna look like it was a failed DIY project, basically. And especially if you are having clients that are paying you, you don't want that. You want people to think that they bought this in the store like this. You know, somebody could have gotten a jean jacket on Amazon already blinged out or already with pearls, but they chose you to do it for them. So that's something to keep in mind when you're rhinestoning something that has to be mirrored to the other side. I also recommend looking for any damages before you start your rhinestoning work and then letting the customer know. I say this because a lot of the times people will get into arguments with their clients saying that they never did anything to a piece of clothing. And granted, you might be right. You never did anything. You never wrecked it. You never maybe dirtied it with lipstick, or maybe it was broken in one piece, or it was torn up in another. Who knows? There's a lot of things that can happen. So whether it's dropped off or somebody mailed it to you, as soon as you open the package, even record yourself if you want to. Record yourself opening it, looking through it, letting the customer know, look, I just opened the package. This was on your jacket. This was on your skirt. Because you have to keep in mind, these are things that people are purchasing and then giving it to you, trusting you with it to make it even better or to customize it to the way that they want it. As you can see, rhinestoning is a very lengthy process. That's why people speed it up and they go very fast. When they post it on social media, it's very satisfying, but when it's in real time, it can take a long time. You can go over it many times. Just one rhinestone, you're going over it. You're making sure that it's placed correctly. You're making sure that it's not fogged up. You're making sure that it's, kind of the same design than the other place that you're trying to mirror, if that's the kind of project that you're doing. So that's what makes this such a lengthy process. One of the reasons why we charge so high is because this takes a very long time. This takes precision. It hurts our eyes. And don't take your rhinestone artist for granted. There's people that try to do this, start doing it because they don't want to pay someone to do this, but then they realize that it's a lot of work. It takes a long time. It's very time consuming. You need to get a specific kind of glue, especially what we use is industrial glue, E6000, B6000, and those fumes are very, very strong. So sometimes rhinestoning may not be for everyone. I remember the first month I didn't know if I wanted this. It's been 2 years since, and I think now I want this a lot. But yeah, I just hope that people who want to start their own business are able to. And just like me, I started rhinestoning on my own. I did not go to any classes. I honestly failed and then learned from my mistakes, and I just wanted to let people know without having them to pay anything to me, because I learned it for free, and I think other people deserve that too. And if you want to do your own business, go ahead. And by making mistakes, I mean make mistakes on your own items. Make mistakes on your own things. Practice, practice, practice. Find things you want to bling out. Find things that you find cute and you think that it will work out. Find those things and bling it out. practice on yourself. Don't practice on your clients. Once you feel comfortable that you can have clientele, that you can do things for other people, then go for it. Also, there's certain things that may need to get sanded beforehand, may need to get prepped beforehand, but we'll talk about that in other videos where you need to do that. But especially for clothes, you usually don't have to prep them. You just have to be very, very precise in the glue placement, cleaning out the glue as soon as you can. And what I actually like to do myself is place weights on top of the rhinestones after I'm done. A paperweight or something flat that's heavy, like a book, like a textbook as well. You can place that on top just so that the glue can adhere very closely to the rhinestone and have pressure on it for a while. And that way it doesn't come up, because fabrics have texture, and texture can start moving. You could see the ripples on the jean jacket, so it's not a steady surface. That can make the glue not dry correctly or have air pockets between the texture, or the textile, and the rhinestone. Okay, peaches, so this is how it turned out. I love how it looks. It looks like she got it made like that on the store, especially because it says Juicy Couture and they're all about bling. So this is my finished product.